Looking back at 2020, one of the questions that I keep asking myself is, yes, COVID required us to change quickly, but did we change well? With all the challenges in moving to remote work, I've seen some really exciting possibilities and some really fascinating ways that things have gotten much better. For example, telemedicine has been around for a long time, but it's always been the kind of thing you did if you couldn't do in-person medicine. And now it's become just a way that we're working. And what's fascinating is now they're starting to have really interesting hybrids where maybe we'll diagnose in person, but all the follow-up will happen online. And that's more convenient for the doctor and for the patient. This is going to result in a permanent change, and we need to prepare for that.
I think we're going to see a lot of innovation in the technology of telepresence, of virtuality, etc. We're all used to the gallery window standard format in web conferencing, whether it's Zoom or WebEx or Microsoft Teams or Hangout. They all look the same, but there's new stuff happening where you get a 3D view where you're walking around a space. There are companies like Gather.town and Sophia.ai. Soon we'll see virtual reality, augmented reality. You're already seeing some products out there like all the Oculus products, the Microsoft HoloLens. All this is happening.
At MIT, we just finished an institute-wide initiative on future work. What we found was what I call the first law of digital innovation, that while technology moves really quickly, organizations change much more slowly. But then along came COVID, and COVID changed everything really quickly because we had to do it. The challenge is, though, there is still a huge digital divide. Do people have access to Wi-Fi? Do they have the right devices? Do they have a home space that they feel comfortable working in that's relatively free from noise and interruption? Second, people often at the low end of the pay spectrum are the ones very much losing their jobs. People working in restaurants, in retail. So the people that already were struggling are struggling even more.
All of us have to learn new skills. We've all become experts on Zoom and WebEx and Microsoft Teams, but we're also becoming experts on other things like producing videos at home, which is what I'm doing here. And all this means that people will flock to online education, something we do at MIT and Open Learning. We're actually seeing a massive uplift in that and a continuous upskilling cycle, which will never end, I don't think. I think this is our future, which is we will be on a treadmill of learning all the time.
One of the big opportunities and challenges comes down to education. A lot of the products and services that we're using today are incorporating algorithms that we collectively call artificial intelligence. So we're at this very intriguing moment right now where we're appreciating the impact and the importance of this technology and how it's going to expand opportunities. But a very small percentage of the population actually understands and how to design with it. So we're learning things like data encodes the existing biases of society. Lo and behold, the algorithms make decisions that continue those biases in its decisions. So when we talk about AI literacy, it's just to recognize that we want to educate this next generation of students to really be versed in both the technology and to be able to think through critically the use, the design, the values of the technology so that we can all just be much more effective in helping to make sure that what we create is achieving the values and the impact we aspire them to have.